This has been a conversation with my father, James William Officer II. We're taking the time to do this today because today is turning into tomorrow, and most people are talking about yesterday. So let's do things today because, time is fleeting.
Thank you very much for having me on your show.
Thank you very much for being part of my being major.
Thank you so much.
No doubt. What was it? The story you said something about you had got up early and you said, "Well, I'm glad to see you get up that
early." They're all connected. He would get up. I could never understand how he could do that. He had such stamina. He could get up after working all week on Saturday mornings at 6 and 7 o'clock and go down to that warehouse where he kept all that junk, and he'd work on those lawnmowers. He'd work on those old TVs, and he'd start things in those boxes of clothing and shoes that they would be brought to him after work. He would be repairing TVs and lawnmowers at home.
Right.
So he always was working. And so he'd get me up on Saturday mornings around 7 o'clock. Now, I knew he was trying to give me a break, but that was just too early. And so, but he would also keep me all day down at that warehouse, man. I'd be down there at 4 or 5 o'clock. If he had to get something done, I might be there after the sun went down. He would just do the work he needed to do. He'd get it done. And he had his oldest son with him, and that's who he had to do the work. Right. Philip was like, what? There's 4 folk between Philip and me. So he wasn't a whole lot of help, but he would use Philip and Emmanuel and William too, but they were little boys. But I was the guy.
You was actually one that could contribute.
I could contribute because I was big and I was old, I was tall. I was bigger than my brothers. And so, I was the one that he used. And you know what? I look back on that. I'm glad he had me. Because I'm glad I was there for him. Because the other brothers weren't. And he didn't have hiring, so he had to do this work. And he had to feed a whole lot of mouths. And I never looked at that until I got older, that I was helping him feed me.
Yeah.
I was helping him feed my family. So anyway, now, he would get up too early and go down there. And I got so tired because I had my own little car, I had my own little 57 Ford, and I wanted to get out and hang out. I wanted to meet girls. I was a teenager. Got to be about 17. And so I decided to get up one Saturday morning and leave the house and stay gone all day. And I had already begun to do some other things like that, staying out, like around, I was staying out really late, like 11 o'clock. Because that means if I got to midnight, I have a big problem. Both parents. So I stay out till 11 o'clock, man. And, but on the weekend, man, he want to take on weekend. So I got up one morning. I got dressed real quietly upstairs in my room. I didn't put my shoes on. I snuck downstairs, got to the bottom of the stairs, and I waited to listen to see if he was still in his bedroom. And because sometimes I come downstairs, he'd be in the bathroom already cleaning up, getting ready. I snuck halfway downstairs, walked across the steps wouldn't creak, and I got down the bottom steps, the bedroom closed, the door was still closed. I could hear him sleeping. So I snuck out the back room door because the front door was next to his bedroom door. So I snuck out the back door, being real quiet. I put my shoes on the back porch and went out the back door and got to my little 57 Ford, and I pushed it from the corner of New Jersey, 17th of New Jersey.
Engine when he went.
Because I had loud mufflers on it. Because I got a little jalopy going on here, right? I pushed it the whole block from New Jersey to Central, and that's where I started it. When I started it up, I took off. Now, once I took off, I realized I hadn't made any plans. to visit anybody, go over to anybody's house that early. So I went down to the White House on 16th in Illinois, which is still there. I sat there and I had a couple burgers and some hot chocolate, which is my thing. And I waited for whatever time I figured my friend Charles Cook would be up. I went by his house, we hung out, we was here, we was there. We just hung out all day long. Now, I didn't realize what problem that I had a coming problem. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah,
that I
short
gotta go
vision.
home. Yeah, it was short vision. And I gotta go home, right? So I didn't know what I might face when I got home. So I stayed out as late as I could, but not so late that he would kill me time I walked in. And didn't have no cell phones and pages, so guess what? You were out of reach. I was out of reach all day long. And so I got home a little earlier than normal, maybe about 10 o'clock. And I don't know how, I was so, the word is sheepish.
You was probably almost petrified.
Right, and he would hit me in my head. I walked through the front door, right? I walked through the front door. I hoped that he might be in his bedroom since I let my keys jingle. But he was sitting in the living room looking at TV. I expected for him to blast me right away, like turn off the TV and just blast me. He didn't turn off the TV. He sat there watching TV. He said to me, "Hey, Junior, how you doing?" I said, "I'm fine." He said, "You have a good day?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, good." Well, the next day was Fat Sunday, right? He never said, "I went on up to bed, man." I expect for him to call me back downstairs. Now, I'm older now. But when I was a kid, there have been times they called me downstairs from the bedroom just to whip me, right? So I got to my bedroom, to my bed. Part of me had that kid expecting for him to call me back downstairs and beat me up.
He played a mind trick on you.
He really did. And to show you how deep he went with it, the next morning, the next day was Sunday. Of course, we went up. Everybody went to church on Sunday. Mama and Dad had everybody's boys, all the shirts down in the laundry. So they gave you your shirts, still wrapped up in the laundry wrappers, and you had to shine your shoes, or he would shine the little boy's shoes. So everybody had their stuff ready to go to church. Went on to church, come back home, ate a little dinner. Sunday evening came. We all sat around watching TV. He called me in the kitchen. He said, "Junior, I really am glad to see that you can get up on a Saturday morning so early." He says, "From now on, we're going to get a little earlier start over at the warehouse." You could have bought me for a nickel.